Hey, welcome guys. So today I'm going to be doing a quick guide slash walkthrough on a eco slot tutorial for DualGap. So for the first part, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough with a lot of pauses and explanation, and then I'll play the full replay without any talking or pauses. Right off the bat, just going to pause quickly here. From the factory, build 15 engineers. And then set the waypoint to go towards the hydrocarbon here. You do want to start with a land factory, and then you want to make 4 mexes, 4 mass extractors, and then your waypoint should put you as far away from the hydrocarbon as possible. Typically, you aim for the edge of this crater here. As soon as this engineer comes out, start this hydrocarbon as soon as it comes in range. And then assist the hydrocarbon with your commander. I'm going to pause here. So typically what I do here is after I assist the hydrocarbon with my commander, I will select my engineer separately, or sorry, together. So I'll have both of them selected, build a power generator and a air factory. That way they build those together. After that happens, deselect them, select the engineer, move it so the left side of its build range circle is touching the factory and overlapping a little bit. This will give you plenty of room to make your PGens without having to walk. So I will queue up his move command in the right spot, and then make the engineers around his move command. So as you can see, every single one of these power generators is within his build range. The second engineer, go ahead and grab him and then have him assist this hydrocarbon and then build the top 2 mexes. After that, he will move over to the first engineer spot and assist the first engineer. Additionally, you're going to want to have the commander, as soon as he's done helping, he will move, build these mexes, and then move to the top and assist these mexes. Make sure your first 2 engineers that are reclaiming come out right next to the factory so they can immediately grab reclaim. The third engineer you can put in the middle, and then when the third engineer starts reclaiming, you can move these 2 engineers far out to continuously get power. Now, as this air factory is building and you have extra power, you can unpause and pause this mex to use your extra power. Now, as you can see, as soon as I get 0, you want to pause your mex again, so that way you're not using your excess energy that you don't have. Now, from the air factory, build 2 engineers, a scout, 3 engineers, and upgrade. Also, make sure to set an attack move from the factory, because you will be using this engineers as an additional source of early reclaim. As soon as you notice you get some power in the bank, go ahead and unpause, pause again, unpause, pause again. As soon as this factory finishes, feel free to just remain unpaused. Once this engineer starts reclaiming, you can move these engineers. Make sure to set a new attack move command from the factory. As soon as these get in position, you can move your middle engineer out to the max range. Now, on the outside, you want 8 engineers reclaiming. That is my 8 engineers. As soon as I get them, I will move my factory move to a different position. So that way I don't mess up. first engineer out of the factory, go ahead and queue up your storage, and then the rest can assist the commander. Make sure to extend the commander's assist orders to assist all 8 mexes. Also, if your teammates do not grab this reclaim, go ahead and grab the reclaim. After the first mex is done, feel free to open up a second mex while you're upgrading. The last engineer out of this factory, go ahead and bring in and assist your engineers building power. I like to have a couple engineers go around behind and separately assist the storage. The mex is the storage, the mex is the storage. That way the bulk of your engineers move on while these engineers hang back and make the mass storage. And try to remember to open up a second mex as soon as the previous one finishes. So for example, open up this next mex as soon as this one finishes. Keep track of how many engineers are left. As soon as it's done making engineers, you should control K that factory. As soon as this mex is done, I'm going to open up my next mex. Try to stay at 0 mass at all times. Opening up this mex. Now this last engineer is finished, so I'm going to go ahead and reclaim this factory for a little bit of extra mass. Typically your teammates will take a lot of this. You can keep this guy reclaiming if not. However, typically you'll just want him to assist. After these engineers are done making power, they can go ahead and assist the air factory. Make sure you keep your engineers from losing their attack reclaim orders. So as you can see, I lost one. It's not the end of the world. Go ahead and queue up 5 engineers and then a scout at some point. As your engineer comes out, go ahead and start a T2 power generator and assist it. Now, as you can see, you should finish all of your T2 mexes at around 5:30. You can do it in quicker. It mostly comes down to micro. Right, remembering to open up the next mex. I had a couple mistakes here, so mine was a little bit slower. The important part though is just finish around that time and you'll be okay. Go ahead and fully assist your T2 power generator and bring back any engineers that are done reclaiming. After this power generator finishes, you're going to go all in on your first T3 mex. One thing that's pretty important here, it'll speed up your build considerably, is after you've dumped your mass and you have a little bit of time, go ahead and micro your engineers so they're out of the way of where the storages will go. Just don't go positive on mass and you'll be perfectly efficient. Once that's done, go ahead and queue up your storages as well. I like to take this time as well to make sure I'm scouting. Use my scouts that are hidden in the back to do some scouting runs, right? Bring my engineers back. Once this mech finishes, go ahead and start the next mech slow upgrade. And once everything here is done, go ahead and assist it. Try to make sure that they will still be in range of the storages when you try to build them. Thing I like to do here is make sure I have 4 engineers on the map, so I can queue everything I need up. Take my engineers, assist and queue up storages. Additionally, you'll go ahead and use your T2 engineers to queue up everything else. So here I'm going to grab all 4 of my T2 engineers, queue them up afterwards, and then bring them out and cap storages. As soon as this mech finishes right here, and you start building these, go ahead and unpause your factory, right? Open up a third mechs and assist it with your commander. The goal here is you want to remain at as low of a mass income, or as low as mass and storage as you can, because if you get too much mass before you do your artifact upgrade, you will power stall. Power stalling is not good. Go ahead and finish your T2 PGen upgrade. Pause your commander if needed. Just want to keep it 0 mass. That's the entire goal here. Assist your air factory afterwards. As you can see, if you go over 500 here, you will power stall while building this air factory. Now, we're mass negative right now, that's good. As soon as you go mass negative and you know you're not going to power stall, you can have this engineer right here start to reclaim some of these PGens. Additionally, I do want to note that if you do power stall, it's not the end of the world. You'll still finish in 13 minutes and 30 seconds, considering if everything else is correct. I like to do about 3. You can toggle in between the air factory and the mechs and reclaiming, just depending on what your energy situation's at. Assisting your factory will cost more power. Assisting your mechs will cost more mass, but reduce your power strain. And reclaiming the PGens as if you're stalling too hard on mass. So right here I have some power in the bank, so I'm not too worried about assisting. Eventually these will need to die though, so you can put your T3 PGen here. So, go ahead and queue up 8 engineers from the factory as well. Go ahead and assist the PGen with everything. Finish up these storages if needed. Try to move an engineer in range of this mechs as soon as possible. Once these guys are done, go ahead and assist the PGen. You will power stall here. There's almost no way to avoid it without teammate overflow. Once this guy's done, immediately control K your mechs and build your T3 mechs. While that's happening, you can go ahead and grab your T1 engineers and reclaim all of your storage other than your tier 3. As you can see, I'm power slowing just because I have a lot of mass in the bank. You can also go ahead and control K these guys as they are not needed. So I finished here at about 1320. This wasn't the absolute optimal. Didn't micro everything 100% correct. However, this is a great start. 1320 is respectable. From here, all you would want to continue with is make a tier 3 PGen and then decide where you want to go. Typically what I like to do is go tier 3 PGen and then make a small mass grid with adjacency for maximum efficiency, and then decide where to go from here. As soon as your tier 3 mechs are done, additionally, start pumping out scouts and engineers from your factory. Yeah, with that being said, you can get this down to 13 minutes for sure. 1320 is good. 1330, 1340 is also respectable. 1340 is more of a, you did everything correct, but maybe your micro wasn't amazing. So, with that being said, I will probably play a no pause and no voiceover version. Let me know any questions in the comments. Thanks.